Hello all, Munch here. Welcome to another episode of my PES2020 Crystal Palace Master League save. And today we are into the January transfer window. And there's already been plenty of movement. A lot of the deadwood like Scott Dan and all the older statesmen have all gone. So therefore now we are rebuilding the squad with a young, vibrant feel to it. We signed Kabach and Cornet before the transfer window started, so they are actually now in the squad and they will probably be making their debuts today. But we've also bid in for Martin Kelly, which I for the minute have rejected simply because we only have £6.1 million in the transfer budget and only £2.5 million in the salary budget. So any signings I'm going to make are going to be budget unless we make one big sell. But we do, on the other side, have a brand new intake of youth players, none of whom look particularly appetising. Even though you're not going to eat them. But we do have some very decent ones. We've got Will Harrington, who's a very decent attacking midfielder for his age. We've got Ollie Keenan, who's a good left midfielder. Yeah, there's some good ones. We've got Russo, who could possibly play up front. And what I've been thinking is I might sign some of these youth players because their salary budget isn't particularly high. So I think what we'll do is we'll sign some of them to bolster the squad up a little bit. So Will Harrington is definitely going to be bought. So I'm going to sign him. His transfer, his salary budget is only 300,000, so that's absolutely nothing. I'm going to sign Ollie Keenan as well because he can be a good backup for Zaha. And the last but not least, I am going to sign Russo as well, who looks like quite a decent player. All of these players very young, so having a bit of an influx of young talent and rebuilding the squad in a more youthful look. So as you can tell here, this is how far the squad's been cut down now. We don't even have any real reserves, to be fair. Well, there's not a lot, that much is for sure. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put Kabach and Cornet onto the bench because they will no doubt play a few games for us because they are two big signings. But if you haven't been paying, well, if you're new to the save, then you'll realise actually that we're doing very well in the league at the moment. We are up in the top 4. I am now playing it on Superstar as what happened in the last episode. So we're going to kick off with the game away at St James's Park against Newcastle. And let's see how we get on. We might have some new signings coming in. And here are some of the youngsters that are being signed here. We're just showing them around so we don't see that. We've seen that cutscene already. There they are. We've had the newcomers come in. So 3 new youngsters. The class of 2020. I'm going to start calling them. So Harrington's probably the pick of the bunch really. He's got a decent acceleration and speed, good ball control, good tight possession. So he's going to be good at working in small, tight spaces. Oi, oi. Ollie Keenan looks pretty quick, left-footed as well, which I like. And then you've got Russo up front as well. So I think we've got some decent backup players there, and they should progress as we go through the save. And we aren't messing around. Will Harrington comes straight onto the bench. So I'm throwing the youngster in a bit at the deep end. We won't bring him on in games to start with. We'll probably just nurse him into the games to start with. Once hopefully we're in good positions, we'll bring him on. Maybe it's to get him a bit of experience and try and make it as realistic as possible. Cornet and Kabach are also on the bench, but this team's been playing so well, it would be a bit unfair of me just to take people out, even when we've been playing brilliantly. Newcastle's team doesn't look particularly that much different from what it normally would. Actually, got Freddie Woodman in goal, which is a bit of a surprise. So no Dubravka, Sean Longstaff is in there. Alan St-Maximin is a man we need to watch out for. He's very decent and a player I was looking at potentially signing, but because he's only just turned up at Newcastle, I didn't think it would be fair to go, and it wouldn't be very realistic for me to go and sign him. If he's just turned up at Newcastle, then to move straight to Palace, I don't think is particularly fair. I do how that looks very much like St James's Park. They've done really good replicas here on PES Universe, which is where I get my option file for. If you haven't got the option file for PES yet, I never thought I needed it, but I have to say, actually, once you get it, it's so much better. Van Aanholt, a bit of miscontrol there. I was waiting for Zaha to make the run in behind, but he just didn't make it. Blast, back to Maya. Maya into Pellegrini. Good touch by Pietro. Pietro hits it! Decent save there by Freddie Woodman. Lovely build-up from us. It must have been around about, I don't know, 30, 40 passes. Milojevic whipping the ball in here. It's short, but good headed by Maya. Legion! Oh, he's cleared off the blooming... Milojevic cleared off the line there. Van Aanholt out to Mail. Plays it back to Cahill. We rebuild again from the back. So, 0-0 at the break, and we just haven't created enough. It's 61% possession and 2 shots, and that tells you all you need to know. This feels a lot more like Superstar and a lot more of a bit of a slog. Need to do better in the second half. I can feel Cornet and Harrington coming on. We've made better positionary choices and better openings here in the second half, but still not really converting into chances. As Townsend Whips it across the front post. That was we missed. Oh, what a goal! It's a terrible goal, but the pressure's finally told. And who is that? Bless him, Lejeune. I feel for you, mate. That is unlucky. And yeah, Woodman goes to console him. He can't believe he scored like that. I can't believe we've scored like that. We finally get it down the wing. Townsend just fizzes a ball across the area. I don't know what... Oh, bless him. That is horrible. Lascelles absolutely smashes this into his face. And it could go anywhere, but it bounces over Woodman and into the net. It's a comical own goal. But we'll take it. What a lucky break there. And Almiron comes on for Act 2. On that note, we're going to make some changes, and Harrington is going to come on, as is Cornet. Cornet out on the right, Harrington in the Meyer position. Meyer finally started getting into those little holes, and I'm hoping that Will Harrington will do likewise. Harrington hasn't lost a header yet, so obviously he's a bit of a target man. Pellegrini now on the ball. Dinks over the top looking for Cornet. Nearly gets there. And Lejeune doing well there to recover from the mistake he made earlier, although it wasn't anything he could do about it, so I don't know if you count it as a mistake. Blast now into Harrington. Harrington plays it to Zaha. Zaha bends it. 2-0. Will Harrington gets an assist. Ooh, I say. 2-0 to the Palace. We're flying at the moment. Superstar. Bugger that, mate. I got this. Good ball there by Blast, and Harrington was in. The minute Newcastle opened up, was so good on the counter. Zaha did well to check his run, and it's a tucked away finish into the far corner. I love finishing on this game. It's superb. Time to make one more change, and it is another debut. Kabach is coming on for his first for his first debut, and he's coming on to replace Mamadou Sakho, who's had a good game today. The one thing missing from this is a Pietro Pellegrini goal. He usually gets at least one a game. At the moment, Kabach here wins his first tussle there. Possibly, well done. Harrington's been so good since he came on, to be fair. Pellegrini out on the ball. Can he form a little connection with him? Nice ball there to Blast. Blast into Harrington. Harrington's through. Touched by Harrington. Oh, he scored! Has it counted? I thought he might be offside. Yeah, it hasn't. Will Harrington. What a finish. I'm assuming his name's Will. I don't even know. It's just W. Harrington. I'm going to call him Will. What a finish. 3-0. We are carving Newcastle apart now. Great link up by Pellegrini as always, finding Blast, and that ball there is superb. Harrington onto it. Outside of the right foot finish, he's obviously not got a left foot, but we will take it. 3-0. Flipping unbelievable. What could have been a potential banana peel attending a relatively comfortable day at the office if you're a Palace fan. And the big thing here is that the not just the new signings. Oh, what a ball that is from Pellegrini. Oh, Harrington with the diving header. Could have been an absolutely majestic first performance for the young man. 2 goals and assists, that would have been incredible. If you concede first against us, you're in a lot of trouble. Oh, Harrington there nearly threading it through to Pellegrini, who deserves a goal today. He's been very good, but we're going to have to settle for 3, which I would have taken before the game, obviously. 3-0. If Harrington doesn't get man of the match, I'm going to be very surprised. Until then, we gave a little bit more of the ball up in the second half, but we still dominated it, 59%. They had 5 shots, and 5 shots on target, but Gaita was good in goal, and a lot of them were long-range efforts. And I think, yeah, brilliant. Harrington came on, played at 7. Outshone Cornet and Kabach. Interesting. And that win keeps us in 3rd, 2 points now behind leading Tottenham Hotspur. So we've actually narrowed the gap at the top of the table. City must have only drawn in their game, and the only other game we're going to have today is an FA Cup tie, so in terms of the league, that is it. Oh, hello, what's this? Squad rotation, chapter 1, I've not seen this. I need to think more about this. At least I'm not holding my coffee, now it's a clipboard. I wonder if the clipboard's going to come everywhere with me. Okay, we've had some offers in then, so Gary Cahill, an offer of £7.4 million for Gary Cahill. He's been really good this year though. I would like to get 2 new centre-backs in there, because let's face it, Sakho and Cahill aren't getting any younger. We've had a £67 million bid in for Wilf Zaha. We've had a bid in for Joel Ward as well. I'm not accepting £2.7 million. Come back with a better offer, lads. Come on, don't take the piss. Zaha for £67 million. We turned down 85 though earlier on in the save. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to renegotiate actually. If they can get up to that 88 million, they give me 88 million, I will sell Wilfred Zaha. I think that could be used to really good effect if we do that. And with Gary Cahill, I'm going to renegotiate as well, because obviously we don't have to automatically, they don't have to automatically match the bid, but I'm going to say if they match his release fee of 9.2 million, then yes, I will let him go. I quite like the idea then, if we do sell Gary Cahill, of maybe putting some money towards these guys. I'd quite like either Stark or Adja to come in and replace Gary Cahill. So we'll keep posted on this. The big one is the Zaha one. If the Zaha one goes through, then I can afford to get in some really, really big talent. But at the same time, it means that I lose Wolf Zaha, and he is, on paper, our best player. Right, so going off the squad rotation thing, I actually think we are going to rotate the squad quite a lot. So what I've done is I've put in pretty much almost like the reserve team now, or the players that haven't had a chance really to perform yet. Gaita's in goal, then we're going to have Schlupp at left back, Kabach and Kelly make up the defensive partnership, with Mayo still retaining space on the right hand side. Jairo Riedewald is in the middle along with Czech Kiata, who captains the side today. Then you've got Zaha on the left, who retains his place. Will Harrington comes in after obviously a very impressive debut. And then we're going to have Cornet on the right with Pietro Pellegrini up front, because I don't want to take him off. He's just too good. Looking at Everton, then they've got Gianluigi Buffon in goal. And the guy I really like is Moise Kean. He's a player, if he hadn't gone to Everton first on this, I would have signed him. But obviously, again, kind of follows a similar trend to what I was saying earlier. I didn't want to buy a player who literally just moved to another team, because then it's very unrealistic. But I'd love it if we could get Moise Kean in this save. He might be the one I might buy to try and replace Zaha. Oh my god, they're absolutely pinging the ball around here. Gylfi Sigurdsson, we've done a really good tackle there. Harrington again. The youngster is our best player at the moment. Lovely ball there from Kiate there out to Zaha now. Can he get away from John Joe Kenny? He threads it inside to Kiate, who finds Pellegrini. Pellegrini turns his man. Pellegrini! Oh, brilliant save from Gianluigi Buffon. Pellegrini there. The defender didn't know whether to come close or to let him stand off him and let him shoot. And then he came close here. Zuma, absolute clown. That's going in. That is going in. That's a superb save from Buffon. Great play by Riedewald. He always impresses me whenever I play him. Good ball to Cornet. I mean, Cornet, he's wrestled his way through. Cornet, oh brilliant, so Cornet. Yeah, there you go. It's a little lucky, but we'll take it. His persistence counts, and Maximilian Cornet is off the mark for Palace. A very scrappy goal, but I will take it. Brilliant ball originally there to let him through from Riedewald, and it's good play by Cornet. He's just really, really determined. He gets a little lucky when the ball comes back off Mina, but he makes no mistake with his wrong foot. Get in. I reckon we could win the FA Cup. Harrington. Good ball there to Schlupp. And Schlupp pings the ball down to Zaha. It was originally meant to be to Kiate. Zaha's done brilliantly there. He's robbed Mina, and Zaha is in on goal. What's he going to do? Zaha squares it. Pellegrini. Of course, we have to make him pay. And Pietro Pellegrini goes one game without scoring. He's back on the score sheet now. Great play by Zaha. All about him, this goal. This is why I don't really want to sell him, because that pace and that guile to get away. Lovely little layoff here. And Pellegrini, left foot, right foot, head, bollocks, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. He scores with it. I didn't need to say bollocks though. I'm terribly sorry. But 2-0 at the break. It's been absolutely magnificent if you're a Palace fan. Looks like Gaita's got a stitch. Decent ball to Pellegrini. Pellegrini unfortunately giving the ball away there. But he didn't really have much of a chance, to be fair. He was straight on him. I just can't criticise Pellegrini. I just can't bring myself to do it. Good tackle by Kabach there, but unfortunately a changed player. And so we lost the ball. I thought Mel had got him around the back of Delph there. Not quite. Riedewald's done well to cover him though. Digne whips it in. Moise Kean. Oh! It's 2-1. And Moise Kean has got the goal. Dangerous times now. We've finally conceded. And that's a brilliant ball in. Is it Delph that whips it in? No, of course it's Luca Digne. Quality with him and a brilliant header by Moise Kean. Great finish. Dangerous. And Theo Walcott's coming on, so danger over. Kabach to Riedewald. It's not great from Riedewald. He's given the ball away here. And the players that are playing well in the first half are having a bit of a mare in the second. Zaha, I just want to get a bit of the ball back. Harrington. I mean, that's so poor from Harrington. For God's sake. I'm going to have this though. He's a youngster. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have good games. I just thought maybe he was something a little bit special after that first game, but it turns out he is human. Oh no, I've missed it. Gylfi Sigurdsson. Great finish. It's 2-2. I knew I'd missed it. I knew I'd missed the interception. And Gylfi punishes me. And for the first time in a while, we're level and we've been pegged back. Poor there from Riedewald to miss the interception. And Gylfi Sigurdsson taps it in with his right foot, which I find a bit baffling that he hit it on that angle. Right, well, I want to win this game, but do not want to go to extra time. I don't want to replay if that's what happens in this. So I'm going to take Warrington off. He's been pretty poor. I'm going to bring on Blas, and then, yeah, I'm going to put... going to take Corner off. I'm going to bring on Ollie. Oh my god, how the hell am I meant to say that? Olakainen, I think is his name. So we're going to go with that then. Let's see how we get on. But another youngster comes on. Unfortunately for Warrington, he's not had the best day in a Crystal Palace shirt, but he will definitely have better. There's still so much raw potential there. Oh no, Kabachi's got to do well. Yerry Mina's gone forward. And Yerry Mina, what a save from Geisler. What the hell is Yerry Mina doing forward? And what is that from Jeffrey Schlupp? What is happening? Mina heads it straight to Sigurdsson here. This is good from them, Everton. Keane, it's 3. We've... Oh no, oh no. Moise Keane gets his second of the day. I mean, I'm loving that celebration. That's an incredible celebration. I'll give him that. But I mean, it's so bad. Oh god, keeper's nearly come for it, but not quite. Kiate's not going to get there ahead of Theo Walcott. Walcott on the ball, whips it in. Moise Keane nearly going for a hat trick here. Jairo Riedewald to Gylfi Sigurdsson. He turns, he hits it. Gaita takes it. I think it's going to be too late. We lob it long, and it is. It's too late. It's our first defeat in what feels like absolutely ages, and yeah, I'm not sure what's happened. Couldn't explain to you what happened there. All credit to Everton, they turned it around, and that danger man Moise Keane was the man on target there. They kind of deserved it in the end. They made more chances. They were the better team. Schlupp, Kabach, Kelly, Mail, all of them had a mare at the back. Going forward, we weren't too bad, but we got shown up a little bit there. God, we've had bids aplenty here. Right, so. Bid for Gaita, no chance, he's staying here. Wolves will pay £8 million for Gary Cahill. I'm still going to renegotiate again. Hit 8.8 and then we have a deal. We have a deal at 8.8. Andros Townsend, no way I'm selling him, especially not for under his value. Now this is the one I'm interested in. What have they come back with Zaha? Oh, £88 million for Wilfred Zaha. See, I said I'd take it. Okay, there's been no other offers. I said I'd take it, but the January transfer window is not the time to have £88 million to spend. I'm going to have to turn it down just because of the timing. He's only going to get better, and if people want to come in, like, I reckon he could be £100 million. I really do. I have no idea where they've got that money from, to be fair, but it's pretty impressive that they have it. I can't believe I turned down 88 million. 85 earlier on in the save. 88 now. Crazy. Crazy. But I just don't have the time to turn it around and build the squad. Do you know what I mean? Especially not while we're in the midst of such a big, crucial period in time in the save. And that is where we're going to end it for today's episode. We've only got the 2 games because there's been a little bit of transfer activity going on at the same time. Fortunately, we'll get to see us maybe have our revenge against Everton in the next episode because we're going to be starting off with Villa, then Everton, and if we have time, we'll have the game against Spurs as well. These January months are going to drag out a little bit more because, like I said, it is a transfer window. If it doesn't look like I am going to be doing any business, then I will obviously do short episodes with more game time. But we're still okay. We won the league. It's a bit disappointing to get out of the cup. I'm just worrying what kind of effect that defeat is going to have on the team. Especially because we were 2-0 up. To throw it away like that is a bit disappointing to say the least. But who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. And until I see you for our next episode of my PES 2020 Master League save, stay cool. Can't believe we threw that away. Terrible.